This week I have been thinking about the shepherds and the role they played in the birth of Jesus. Now, first of all, I've always imagined these guys to be old, beards, hunched over, holding their staffs, but actually they were probably only 13 or 14 years old. They were old enough to be out working and contributing to family life, but too young to be doing the hard physical labour that their brothers would have been doing. Secondly, these shepherds were likely to be watching over temple sheep. So these sheep weren't being reared for breeding or eating, but being reared so that they could be sacrificed in the temple. The shepherd's job was to make sure that they were not damaged in any way. They had to be absolutely flawless. The lambs were apparently wrapped in swaddling cloths to protect them from injury. So these were special shepherds looking after special sheep, keeping them perfect. And thirdly, it wasn't just one angel that appeared, but a whole load of them. At first, there was just one to tell them, don't be afraid, the Messiah has been born. And then the sky was filled with thousands, maybe even millions of angels. Can you imagine what that would have looked like and sounded like and felt like? The shepherds then hurried off to find the stable. Now, this is the bit that's really struck me. At this point, they didn't put their sheep somewhere safe. They didn't do rock, paper, scissors to decide who has to stay with the sheep. They just went. They abandoned everything. They risked everything to visit a baby. I love babies. I've had 2 of them. Lots of my friends have got babies and they are very cute. But honestly, in the first couple of weeks, they're pretty boring. All they do is sleep and eat and poop and sleep and cry. They don't even smile. Now, I know this is baby Jesus we're talking about, but I'm pretty sure he was exactly the same as any other baby. But the shepherds risked everything for him. There are other examples in the Bible of people risking everything for Jesus. In Mark 2, there are some friends of a paralysed man who lowered him in through the roof so that Jesus could heal him. In Matthew 4, we see the disciples leaving their families, their jobs, everything, so they could follow Jesus. But in these examples, there's a personal gain for those people. The paralysed man got healed. The disciples gained a rabbi and wisdom and guidance. But there was no personal gain for the shepherds. They weren't hoping for a healing or hoping that there was someone they could learn from. They weren't looking for a change of direction. They walked away from their sheep and risked their jobs and their livelihood just to see him. Just to look at his tiny sleeping face and to know that this is the one who would save us. After they had seen him, they didn't rush back to their flocks. They went and told everybody. They went from door to door around every neighbourhood. They stopped strangers to tell them this fantastic news. They continued to risk everything so they could tell as many people as possible about this tiny baby who wasn't saying anything, let alone promising anything. Their faith to me is unimaginable. Not only did they believe in Jesus, but they acted on their belief with total fullness. They sacrificed everything just to glimpse him, to stroke his face and welcome him into this world.